Hey everyone, Jave Richards here to read the second chapter to the Legend of the Sacred Knights. Let's begin. Chapter 2 The Trip. The following day, the students went on an excursion to the ruins. No one was sure about what was hidden there. The bus drove by the ruins that were mostly built into the mountain. Many paths consisted of stairs left behind by the original builders, but were restored by the curator and his staff. Alexis looked through the bus window, amazed how the place looked. The school bus screeched to a halt, and the doors flung open. The students filed out and were met by the curator of the ruins. Welcome, class. Today I will be discussing the history of these ruins. The curator greeted and guided the class towards the main building. Then he walked toward a mural that told the story of the ruins. These ruins were built thousands of years ago, when myth and legend were reality. There is a legend of this place that began 1,000 years ago. It started with a keeper who protected what he claimed was a gateway to another world, a world of magic. This world of magic has never been seen by anyone for a long time. But some say this world is filled with magical beings, the likes of which many of you could never have believed existed. Everyone had a look of the curiosity on their faces, except they were wondering where he produced the idea of this legend. But one day the gateway disappeared and was sealed in the temple or crumbled away. These ruins were eventually abandoned, though no one today knows the true reason. Some say the gatekeeper still lives protecting this mysterious gateway, waiting for the day the bridge between both worlds could be opened again, the curator finished. Is that all? Asked Will in a slow, curious tone. That is all. I do not know for certain how true this legend seems to be, or how much is myth. What lies on these walls depicts the story, but most of the other chambers that display it are full of secrets that have been touched or been lost for centuries. Just recently, we discovered an untouched area of the ruin about a month ago, the curator added. That seems strange, because that's when I left my old home and moved here, Alexa said curiously. Could it be just a coincidence? Responded Luke. There's always something we don't really understand. What else can you tell us? Jake said sarcastically, trying not to laugh. Well, as you can see, these ruins depict 4 warriors bearing something powerful here. These warriors came here and may have left something here, but they never returned. The curator stated, as he pointed to a section of the mural that showed 4 knights with the appearance of a wolf, a lion, a bear, and an eagle. Luke stared at the mural for a minute and felt strange, like the mural was familiar to him. Throughout the day, the students went to the ruins to examine what was open to the public. Each room had a fascinating history with a mystery about something extraordinary guarded within the ruins. But not everything is what it seemed. Later that afternoon, when the class was preparing to depart, the curator walked up and asked the students to help him with something. We're doing a survey of the area. I would like some of you to volunteer and stick around to help me with the survey, requested the curator. Do I have any volunteers? The curator scanned the students, then pointed to Luke, Jake, Will, and Alexis. I wonder if you 4 could volunteer to help, the curator asked, which bewildered everyone. I'll do it, said Luke as he volunteered himself. Really, dude? You want to volunteer for this? Jake questioned mockingly. Relax, Jake. Think of it as extra credit, Will added. Jake begrudgingly agreed, knowing that he needed to improve his grades. I'll join as well, since I wanted to see this place, said Alexis. Everyone agreed to volunteer with the curator, but not everyone was okay with it. While the class headed to the buses, the volunteers went with the curator, traveling up the stairs to the new area that was not open to the public. The entrance to the new area looked like an archaic archway. Everyone walked into the room and all gasped. Before them were 4 pedestals in the room, each holding a weapon: a sword, a hammer, a bow, and an axe. Will said aloud. "What are they here for?" Luke asked curiously. "I wonder if these 4 weapons, or treasures, are what the warriors from the mural left behind." Luke wondered. "That I hope to find out once they have been studied," explained the curator. "Now, could each of you grab a weapon and help bring them outside?" Everyone walked toward a different weapon to carry it out. Luke gazed at the sword, curious about the mysterious blade. It was long and straight, like it was forged to be the perfect blade. He reached out, placing his hand on it, and as he firmly grasped the hilt, and without warning, it began to glow blue. "Whoa!" said Luke as he picked it up. "What did you do?" asked the curator, surprised upon witnessing the weapon glowing. "I don't know. I just touched it and it started to glow," Luke exclaimed. Jake touched the axe and it started to glow red. Next, Alexis touched the bow, which started to glow green. Then finally, Will touched the hammer and it glowed yellow. Luke and the others freaked out, placing the weapons back hurriedly from where they picked them up. "What just happened?" Jake blurted out in astonishment. "I don't know, but that was strange." After witnessing the strange glow, the curator looked at his watch. "All right, that's enough for today. If you need help with anything, come to my cottage near the entrance to the ruins," the curator said with urgency, scooting everyone out without a reason. He looked excited for some reason, but then calmly asked them to leave. "Please go home, kids." The group walked away, heading home, curious about what had happened and why. The 4 of them called their folks for a ride home. They stood in silence while they waited for their rides, each pondering what just happened. The curator watched from afar with a smile from ear to ear blanketing his face. "Now it begins," the curator announced. Now, this was the second chapter.